markets. Today our focus is going to be on Moderna, obviously a company that has been the focus of quite a lot of attention since the crisis began early last year. For anybody who is joining us for the first time, we do and highlight a specific insight from Toggle every morning. So if you'd like to see more of these, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or otherwise you can also go to toggle.global and sign up for our daily brief or test drive the Toggle Copilot. As you see here, Toggle has recently actually generated an insight that highlights that the stock price might be in the oversold condition, that this sell-off here might have gone a little bit too far, and that this might be the moment to start looking for anybody who has fundamental conviction or otherwise on this stock to start looking at potentially seeing this as an entry point. You see the last signal was down here when the system correctly highlighted the eventual bullish pressure in the stock price, and similarly here it's now highlighting that the sell-off has gone too far. Now clicking on this and actually looking into the analysis itself, we can see that basically this is quite a short-term bounce that the system is highlighting, which is from about 150 here. The bounce would be to 174, about a 16%, quite good for a 2-week period bounce in the stock price. And of course the red line at 138.08 suggesting that if it were to go through the confidence interval and below the red line, this is the moment to reassess the position, because the sell-off presumably is much stronger than had been anticipated. The Toggle was able to find 6 similar occasions when the stock had been similarly oversold, and as mentioned, the median increase subsequently was 16%, meaning that in at least half the cases the stock price returned 16% or more subsequently. Now looking at the specific episodes, you can see other times when this has happened. So for example, you had a sell-off here, which then led to a bounce. You had a sell-off here that also led to a bounce here as well, and so on. So it does look like this is the kind of stock that tends to have these reversions back. And so when you've had momentum reasonably strong as it has been now, and then a surprise move down, it typically means that the thrust is still strong, the trend seems to potentially be intact, and so this is the moment to get in at a lower price point. Finally, looking at the back test, you can see again that the risk reward is quite compelling, while the downside has been contained at about 10%. The upside return has been substantially higher. For anybody looking at this chart, just to explain, what you're seeing here, these are the actual returns from past episodes, and so you see that the vast majority of them was substantially positive, whereas a few times the stock did go below that red line that we highlighted before, which is why it's very important to stick with those. And it led to losses of 10% or slightly more than that. So much for Moderna today. For anybody who does receive our daily brief today, we also discuss the big long, in fact, the dramatically higher positioning of commodity traders for meaningfully higher, and by meaningfully I mean really high oil prices by sometime later this year or early next year. If you don't have the daily brief, you can sign up on toggle.global, and on a daily basis you'll receive some interesting market content. We try to help everybody learn something every single day. Thank you for your attention, and we will see you again on Friday.